Hey there, IT Nation. Welcome to this episode of ConnectWise TV, ConnectWise TV Lite, if you will. My name's Janine Edwards. I am the director of the ConnectWise community. I'm joined by April Lozanga. Hello. Our senior sales engineer in the house foul. We're so glad to have her because she's our guru of everything ConnectWise, and she's going to share some great things with you as well. This particular ConnectWise TV Lite episode, we are going to feature our fantastic partnership with Level Platforms and what that means to us and our mutual and potential partners. Okay, so a couple of things we're going to do in the time that we spend together. We're going to have some trend talk. We're going to talk about the concepts of the last mile, concept of the modern office, and specifically the importance of focusing on a help desk practice and the power of Level Platforms and ConnectWise in your help desk practice as well as your overall MSP practice. Okay, so we like to kind of start by leveling the playing field and say there's obviously a lot keeping you up at night as a solution provider and entrepreneur. Primarily, probably it's the concept of growth, right? And which growth is better, whether it's top-line revenue growth or bottom-line growth, and how do I achieve those at the same time? It's almost impossible, and it really depends on what you're trying to do with your business, right? Additionally, you're probably thinking about things like cash flow, right? And how my monthly recurring revenue, my contracts, my monthly contracts, that velocity and that volume as well as total amount has to increase, and how do I drive that, right? And what does my business model look like with the, sort of the onslaught of new emerging technologies coming at us like cloud? Do I want to evolve? Can I evolve? How do I evolve? What about my customers? Do I have enough customers to sustain? Do I have the right customers? What about the people? Do I have the right ones? Do I have them in the right seats? And really, where do I fit in this world? Okay, so that's going to lead us to talk a little bit specifically about our concept or a concept called the last mile, and the last mile specifically as it relates to the solution provider world and the channel overall. So traditionally, if we think about the last mile in our world, we think about vendors. Our vendor partners have specifically been tied to enterprise and handling the enterprise world, right? But when it comes to the small business market, that's a sweet spot for us, right? That's been our domain. And the vendors know that. They know that with the 48 million small businesses out there, that the solution provider industry and the MSPs out there own the last mile. Okay, so we take our shopping cart, if you will, and we go to the vendors we choose to do business with, and we take that back to our customers, and we deploy and recommend and take title to and sell and service all of that good stuff for our customers. Okay? Now, something has changed a little bit until recently, right? I mean, up until recently, we've really owned that space, but what we have now is that the vendors are saying, well, with the, sort of the emerging of cloud, maybe I get a little closer to that SMB space. Okay, so if I start chunking stuff into the cloud, all of a sudden this wonderful stuff is hovering over those customers. It might be possible for those customers to not really have to buy through us. Okay, it's hovering over there, and they might be saying to themselves, maybe I can get there without my solution provider. So that means we have to do a couple of things. We have to change the way we approach our customers. We have to solidify a seat at the table, and we have to do so through the understanding of business process, being a business analyst, and really understanding what IT sort of assets and deployment is going to do to actually affect business change in our customers' relationship. And that's how we're going to do it. That's how we're going to solidify. We really need to figure out how we become centered in that relationship and how we become so embedded that all of the decisions, whether it's about cloud, whether it's about on-premise, whatever it is, the conversation starts with us. Okay, whatever happens with that deployment happens because we decide so. All right, so that's where another concept and how we solidify that last mile that's becoming a last yard, another concept of the modern office comes in. Okay, so let's take a look at that. Sorry, we're flipping back and forth here to various PowerPoints, multitasking like nobody's business. All right, so back here, if we think about the modern office is simply a concept that says this is what our customer's environment looks like today. And I don't know if that's popping up yet on the, there we go. This is what our customer's environment looks like. And this is a great graphic, by the way, to actually have in your office, right? To either say, am I doing all these things? What am I doing as much? I do this, I do this, I do this. What else can I do to really anchor myself into that customer environment? It's also a great graphic to bring to a sales call. So my gift to you, visitors of this ConnectWise IT Nation TV special, if you'd like to receive a copy of this graphic, you can certainly do so. We'll tell you how to do that. You send a note to community@connectwise.com. We'll have that at the end as well, and we'll actually send this to you so that you can pop it into your cubes, take it on sales calls. How cool is that? All right, so specifically when we think about the modern office and this time that we have together, we're going to focus on two specific areas. First and foremost, remote monitoring and automation. Thank you very much, Level Platforms, because my gosh, has automation changed the landscape of our world, right? Predictive costs, predictive revenue. Our customers today are different, are they not? They are looking for things like, the good news is that they want to outsource. The good news is they prefer to do business with same size organizations. So small business does business with small business, okay? The challenging news is that they're smarter. Okay, they're more demanding. That instant gratification becomes ginormously important. With the ubiquitous nature of the internet, they have access to more information quicker, right? So they're coming to us and saying, what about this? What about this? What about this? So the advent of remote monitoring has changed the way we're able to really go in there and say automation means better SLAs, better remediation, and instant gratification. So I don't think anything's changed the way that we go to business, go to market with our customers as much as automation in a long time. So thank you very much, Level Platforms. Additionally, if we couple that, right, with the idea of a help desk practice, then we are can't even talk about how powerful that is. The power of a strong help desk offering means really the intersection of where you take control of your clients, right? So if you have a short list of offerings or things that you're doing for your clients and help desk is not on there, I implore you to make it so, right? So, and here's why. Because with the power of a PSA tool and an RMM tool together, all of a sudden you're able to do a lot of things. Manage your knock and field folks effectively, okay? You can follow best practices to make sure ticketing, remediation times, and SLA delivery are better than ever, and that you're doing as much possible remotely as you possibly can. So you present a very powerful way to make a difference for your clients and really changing what trusted advisor means today. Trusted advisor is such a ubiquitous term, right? And it's changed over time. Today, I think it means that you have a seat at the table and an absolute say in every dollar that's spent on IT because you bring real value to the discussion. And you're not just talking speeds and feeds, you're not just talking features and functions, that's a given, but what you are talking about is how the deployment of IT can change their business, okay? So all of a sudden, you're not only missing SLAs with a help desk function and a powerful RMM tool together, but driving better ones than your competition can and really justifying a premium price for that monthly recurring contract that you're sending out there. And at the end of the day, going back to protecting that last mile. So what's important in an amazing help desk function? Well, obviously, a powerful professional services automation tool and a very powerful RMM tool. So the combination of ConnectWise and Level Platforms in that help desk function becomes wowzer bedowzer. Okay, so it changes our customer relationship, right? It allows remote remediation because almost up to 75 to 95% of the issues can be fixed remotely, right? So that instant gratification jumps up. It offers multiple ways to run the play, if you will. So as an issue pops up, you're either able to fix it via email through the ticket, you got to get on a phone call, right? Or you got to do a chat, or you got to schedule an actual resource. If you're doing this all through best practices and the ability for the intersection of your RMM, Level Platforms, and your PSA, ConnectWise has to be incredibly, incredibly tight. And we're pretty excited, I think, about the level of integration between ConnectWise and Level Platforms. And April is here to show you why. Take it away, April.
Absolutely. All right. And one of the big things that you mentioned is that driving that efficiency. So that if you do have the RMM tool and you have the help desk, the big thing is to make sure that your team is highly efficient. And they're working on things as quickly and effectively as possible. And that's one of the big things that the Level Platforms integration helps with.
How is the Level Platforms integration with ConnectWise different than some of the other RMM tools out there?
Well, let me